Welcome back to Beyond the Basics. Today we're tackling a skill that really, and I mean really, separates a good data manager from a truly great one. And that's stakeholder and sponsor communication. So if you're ready to move past just doing the tasks, your ability to talk to these key groups, well, that's what's going to define your credibility and unlock your next big career move.
So let me ask you this. You've been in the field for a couple of years now, right? Your technical skills are probably rock solid. You can write a query in your sleep, the database inside and out. But are those skills by themselves going to be enough to get you to that next level, that lead role you're looking at? Honestly, the answer is a pretty clear no. There's something more you need.
And that something more is exactly what we're going to break down today. See, mastering communication is what takes you from being a skilled doer to a trusted leader. And let's be real, your next promotion absolutely depends on this. So let's get into it. First thing we have to wrap our heads around is that as you grow in your role, your whole communication landscape it shifts. The audience you're speaking to isn't just your direct manager anymore, the person who gets all the technical stuff.
Yeah, your communication circle gets a whole lot bigger. I mean, you're still talking to your lead, of course, but now you're in meetings with cross-functional teams, clinical ops, biostats. You're trying to coordinate with programmers and external vendors. And the big one, you're giving updates directly to sponsors and key stakeholders. And here's the kicker. Every single one of these groups needs a completely different message from you.
And this, right here, shows that shift so perfectly. Think about it. Your lead? They might want to know the nitty-gritty SQL logic you used for a data fix. But your sponsor? They couldn't care less about the code. They need to know the impact on the study timeline. Your lead cares about query details. Your sponsor cares about the risk to patient safety. See the pattern? It's all about learning to translate the technical weeds into business impact.
So how do you actually do that? How do you make that shift without tripping up? Well, it all starts with what I like to call your credibility toolkit. This part isn't just about how to talk. It's about how to build solid trust through being crystal clear.
And, building that trust really boils down to 3 simple, totally doable steps. First, structure your updates. Make them consistent so people always know what to expect from you. Second, you've got to be radically transparent. Hiding problems is the absolute fastest way to destroy your credibility. And third, and this one is so important, never ever bring up a problem without also proposing a solution, or at the very least, a plan to find one.
And check this out. This is a perfect example of that third point in action. Instead of just saying, uh-oh, we have a problem, look at this statement. It states the issue clearly, right? A delay with lab data. But then, bam, it immediately follows up with the action taken, a call is scheduled, and an expected timeline. This one sentence builds so much trust. It tells everyone you are in control, even when things aren't going perfectly.
Now, when it comes to structuring those updates, especially for folks who aren't technical, a simple traffic light system is unbelievably powerful. Green is good, we're on track. Yellow means, hey, there's a potential risk here, but, and this is key, we already have a plan to deal with it. And red flags a critical issue that needs attention right now. It's a visual, instant summary that sponsors and stakeholders just love because it's so clear and efficient.
Okay, so let's pull all these pieces together, because applying these skills in a live meeting, that's where you really get to shine. It's the moment you stop being someone who just reports information and you start becoming the person who actually leads the conversation. And your professional presence in these meetings? It matters just as much as the words you say. First, be concise. Get to the point. Sponsors are busy people. They value efficiency. Second, like we've been saying, ditch the jargon. Always be translating those technical issues into business impact. And finally, listen. I mean, really listen. Sometimes the most important priorities are hidden in what a stakeholder asks or emphasizes.
I think the most important thing to take away is this. You have to change how you think about meetings. They aren't just a chore to give status updates. They are your main stage. It's your opportunity to show your leadership potential to the exact people who can help you advance your career.
All right, we've talked a lot about the what and the why, so now let's get into the how. Here's your action plan. This is how you can start putting all this stuff into practice, like right now.
So here's your homework for this week. First, I want you to try drafting a sponsor-style update for one of your current studies. You don't have to actually send it, just practice structuring it with progress, risks, and next steps. Second, just be a fly on the wall in a cross-functional meeting. Observe. Notice how people raise issues and who seems to communicate most effectively. And third, take one real issue you're working on right now and try to frame it in a single sentence: issue, impact, and mitigation plan.
Because really, this is what it all comes down to. This isn't just theory. It's a real, practical shift in how you do your job.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Based on what we've gone over today, how are you going to consciously choose to lead your next conversation?
Hey, if this was helpful for you, do me a favor and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That way you get more content designed to help you really push your career forward. We drop new explainers for Beyond the Basics every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. And if you're helping out any beginners, you should definitely check out our Mentoring Maya series. That's got new content every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for joining me today,